All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to you all for the patience and for waiting. This is Time in 5 chapters, and this is chapter 4. Today, we are walking through the lives of some phenomenal and young people like yourself and I, who are going to share their lives with us, what they are doing with their lives in the present, the kind of investments, activities they are doing. So we are going to learn from them. Today, I'm not part, I'm just the host. The story, I don't even have some. So it is theirs I'm coming to listen and learn from. So thank you all for joining me here. And Sebs, please, can you unmute your video so that we can have a conversation?
Yeah, sure.
That should be training you.
All right. The interesting thing about the future is that it comes a day at a time. So you don't leave the scenes. You have to keep on keeping on. You have to keep going. You have to be available. Your breakthrough will never happen in your absence. It will happen in your presence. So you keep on keeping on. Maybe one day will be your day one. Okay, let's get to business already. Let's get to business. Okay, so Raphael, Aidoo. Raphael, hello.
Hello, Abner.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. So, please, when you say Raphael, who is Raphael? Seems Raphael is having some challenges, so Sebs, I'll start with you. So he says Sebastian Appiah. Who is Sebastian Appiah?
Yeah, sure, Abner.
Sebs, we are listening.
The network, I didn't hear anything. No, please come again.
I said, when we say Sebastian Appiah, who is he?
Wow, who's this again?
Yes.
Okay. When we say Sebastian Appiah, I can simply say I'm just a simple person. A simple young guy whom everyone knows, everyone talks to, and everyone some way and somehow likes. Yeah, that's the little I can say about myself. Yes.
Okay, so we want to know you with respect to your purpose, how it affects the people around you, and its relevance to society. That's the Sebastian Appiah we want to know.
Okay, so you want to know about who Sebastian is in relationship with his contribution towards the society.
Yes.
Just like people know me is someone who likes to inspire people, someone who likes to make people see their worth. Some people do call me the good booster because I take pride in making people boosting the egos of others. So that's the little thing I can say about myself. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Delove.
Hi, Charity.
You're looking beautiful. Is that a hair from Jendy's hair?
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, I can't wait to rock in mine. I can't wait. Okay, so who is Jennifer? Who is she? When we say Jennifer Delove, who is she?
Okay, so thank you very much, Charity, for the question. I'm Jennifer Delove, Amuah, a final year student at the University of Ghana. Also, I'm a co-founder of the United Kings Club, a non-profit organization that seeks to empower youth in Africa.
Okay.
And basically, I'm also a Scholars Ambassador for Scholars Baobab.
Okay.
Yeah, to be pretty.
Wow, that's my sister. That's my sister. That's my sister. Honestly. All right, first. So who is first? We want to know her. We want to know you.
Okay. Thank you, Charity. Papa is also a very easygoing person, but disciplined. She's known as the caring person, and she wants everyone around her to feel okay and comfortable. Papa is also the founder and leader of My Hope, My Joy, and it's more than a ministry, it's an organization as well that seeks to bring the love of God to everyone. And we also have the media at heart. So in simple, we love people and we love Jesus. So that's all about Papa.
Okay, so for how long have you been working towards the vision of My Hope, My Joy ministry?
Okay. Well, My Hope, My Joy ministry has been running for almost 3 years now, because in June next month will be 3 years since it officially launched.
Oh, okay, I see. So I met you like last 2 years, meaning I'm still part of the early birds you caught.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. And Jennifer Delove, how long have you been working towards the United Kings Club? Yeah, United Kings Club.
Okay, so I'll say the vision behind it began somewhere from the junior high school, but officially we had a launch, I think, March 2018. No, not 2018 yet. So maybe roughly officially 2 years. Officially 2 years, yeah.
Oh, okay. And so far, what have you accomplished with the club? What have you accomplished?
Okay, so talking of accomplishments, there are many things I've actually gotten which people deem as accomplishments, but my definition of accomplishment, it looks like I have quite a few and I'm still working towards a lot. In terms of accomplishment with regards to the club, I think in its establishment of about 2 years, we've been able to make impact basically on communities. We've basically tackled schools and all that, and I think Corona, we were basically looking at having an educational outreach to a certain school in Accra. But lo and behold, here we are. Yeah, and I think personally, for an achievement, there was a time I had to speak at a conference in Wellesley, and to me, this served as an accomplishment because I think right after my Her Excellency Ellen Selig Johnson, a former president of Liberia, who came to speak right after my session, she was amazed that I was just 19 years of age, and then to me that's as a great accomplishment because for such a and caliber, just to speak about it before she speaks, I'm like, oh my god, it's like
oh my god,
something like that.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Hello, Raphael. Raphael. Okay, yes, so we'll come back to Sebs.
So sorry, I'm having some
yeah.
little issue with my phone, so I may not be able to show my face for some time. But I'll let you know.
All right, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We are cool with this one. Okay, so please, who is Raphael Aidoo? When we say Raphael, who is he?
Raphael. Okay. So let me first define my name. Maybe the definition of my name will give us a broad view of who I really am.
Take us
So
there. Feel free.
some time ago, a friend asked of the meaning of my name because he was thinking that maybe my name can really define who I am. So I took it upon myself to now look for the meaning of my name. Then, searching for the meaning of Raphael, I saw two things: Rapha and El. Rapha means healing. It's a Greek word, a Hebrew word which means healing, and El means God. So the meaning of my name Raphael means healing God. So from there I realized the purpose that I'm called to heal as many as I come into contact with. So Raphael is this person that will not hesitate to let you know who you really are and the kind of influence and capacity you carry to undertake those influences when he gets into contact with you.
I
Maybe that's
see.
the little I can say about myself.
Okay, so is there any project you are working on now, or is there a project you've worked on, or something you are still doing, or something in the pipeline? Anything?
Okay, so there are a lot of projects I've done. Some I failed, some I had to terminate it, not because I was failing, but just because the help wasn't coming.
Okay.
And some too, I did it to the termination point, and it was really successful. So the first I will talk about is the thing what I did when I was in my SHS. So in SHS, I was considered as one of the good students, good science students. So they took me for a trip where we had to go and learn some basic practicals in the science field. So when I came back from that training, I thought it wise to form the science club. So I was the first person to form the science club in my school, and I took it as a project to make sure that my school will be able to go for the science and math quiz. If not even the national, they should be able to go for the districts and then to the regional. So I took it upon myself, a young guy, was very good at math and some of the electives. I trained some of the students, and we were prepared enough to meet our district competitors. We met them and we were able to beat them. Then we went for the regional, which was unfortunate for us. We couldn't win. However, from that, my school has been going for this competition each and every year, and I think that that thing I pioneered has been a mark for the school to perpetuating being
Yeah.
recognized on the national level and even international. So that was just one of the projects I took. And after SHS, I found out that most of the students from my school is a school in a less endowed school. If I should say that? So most of us would complete school, and the best alternative is either to learn a skill so that you can really move on in life. So most of us will come and complete school and we work in industry. Some of us will come and learn how to tailoring. Some of us will learn how to do carpentry, all of that. So I think there was a guy in my school who went to the university, came back and told us that there are a lot of opportunities out there that as science students and even as SHS students we can utilize. He told us that without giving us the details of that. So after school, I realized that there are a lot of opportunities, but the reason why we are not accessing those opportunities is just because we have not been enlightened with those. I came back to my SHS. Then I started this Raphael Foundation, which aimed at educating the SHS students and letting them know the various opportunities in the tertiary so that they can also utilize such opportunities. Meanwhile, I wasn't already in the university. So I started that, and through that I got a scholarship to study in the university. So it seemed like someone recognized the good work I was doing,
Okay.
and that linked me to um, someone in the university who also knew someone who was working on a scholarship. Then they connected me, and I got my scholarship. And after that, I've been able to pull about 7 of the students from my school to be also enjoying this very scholarship. And it's a project I'm still doing. So each and every year, if you on this school, I look at your results, see that you did well, I guide you and make sure that scholarship and you come and enjoy. I have about 7 people under me now who are also enjoying the scholarship. And
Wow.
so
Wow. That's beautiful.
I can say more. So on campus in first year, um, when I went to first year, I seen that know the life of freshers. I didn't know anything. So I met this CA, teaching assistant, who decided who offered to help me with my academics, and she did really well teaching me some ins and outs. I listened to her, submitted to her, and by God's grace, I became one of the best students in the school. Went to second year, and I realized that the first years that came were also going through the same disaster. So I have to take it upon myself to pioneer a mentorship system. First students that come in will then be mentored by senior colleagues so that they will know the system early and get acclimatized to the system. But they won't also be moving looking for. So I pioneered the mentorship system in my department. The department saw it as a good education. So they took it on, gave us lectures, and a quick on as a lecture, a quick on, then it went on and on. And so now the mentorship system is still in my department, and a lot of first years and second years are enjoying from this mentorship system.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
I can talk about.
I think I now understand why you're on the MasterCard scholarship something, because I was actually going to ask you, but then that's fine. So first, has there been an instance where you felt like you were too young to start the ministry, or you felt like you couldn't handle this ministry, so you should stop?
There has been a lot of instances like that, and if I should tell you that there wasn't anything like that, I would be a liar. And so now it happens. There are things you are being given to do or to lead, and you feel like you don't have that capacity. But in all those instances, the very first thing that I considered was, why is the thing given to me? So I don't just look at the fact that, okay, I can't do it, but I look at why the thing is given to me, and if I'm able to decipher why that opportunity has been given. So, for instance, in my department, they appointed me to lead a reviewing of the to lead our fellowship, our Christian fellowship. I thought that I was too young. I was over there who can do the same thing, and they were more spiritual and more experienced than I am. But I took it on. And later I realized that there are a lot of things I had to learn. A feeling that you can't do it. I think that the very first thing to ask yourself is why it has been given to you. And if you're able to understand the reason that has been given to you, you'll move on, you'll carry on without succumbing to failure or giving up.
All right. So Delove, Jennifer Delove, sorry. Was there a time where you felt you were too young, so you should just stop it and then just sit back? Maybe the right time would come. Was there a time like that?
You might.
D, kindly unmute your mic.
Sure, thank you, Charity. Like I said, there have been times where I have felt like I was really, really young, but it never occurred to me to stop or to quit what I was doing. I think to begin with, the very time I went to speak at Wellesley College as a young African leader, I think the day before my presentation, Charity, here lied the case where I was going to stand in front of people who had gained their PhDs, people who were owners at various institutions, and come on, I was just in level 200 undergraduate. I was like, what am I going to tell these people that they don't already know? Come on, because here like the case, I think at that program I met with one professor in economics whose book my department was even using to teach us. So to me, it felt like, what am I going to say that they don't know already? And it felt like I was really, really, really young and looking at the road that I had taken. So I think the day that I had to actually make my presentation, a few minutes before the time, I just felt no, although I feel I am young, but time should not dictate to me. I dictate my time. So before I went to stand in front of the people, I just had it in mind, like, hey, you are of the same age and all with these people. I think if I had taken the chance at myself that, hey, you are younger than these people, I think that would have altered my speech. And I think having the notion of you set your time, not time sets what you want for you. I think that was a great thing in making exercise of whatever I had to do for that day.
Yeah, Jennifer says we should be intentional about our time. So that's it. Mr. Sebastian, please, what are some major challenges you've faced or you've encountered on your journey? Maybe please share with us and how you overcame them. The challenges you faced and how you overcame them.
Okay. I think some of the major challenges that I can talk about. You have people criticizing you. The critics of people is a challenge. And then another challenge, mostly when you are doing something, you want support from people. Do you get it? For example, in the music, when I started pursuing my music projects, you need support. You need backing vocalists, you need instrumentalists, you need a studio to go and record your songs, even programs and the rest. And these were challenges, getting people to respond, to what I aspire for, getting people to, sometimes you need people to sponsor you a little to get it. But these were all, challenges. And some of the one major challenge that most likely talk about them, but maybe it may inspire someone out there, was also, the death of my father. The death of my father also brought up, challenges on its own. But challenges are just there to refine us. Do you get it? Challenges are not supposed to break us down. Yes, challenges are not supposed to break us down. They are supposed to help us to become better. I believe the challenges that I went through, or some of the challenges that I've encountered, actually made me a better person. Okay. Because anytime I have challenges, I battle my challenges with information. Because the solution to every challenge that you encounter, has, its solution resident in a certain information. So, anytime there are challenges, the first thing that I ask myself is that what in. Yeah, come on, you were saying something.
Sebs, yes, you are really saying a lot, but
Yeah,
can you
I'm
please
listening to you. Were saying
advise
something.
a young person who is treading the same path as you on what they should do? Should they find themselves thinking of giving up, or should they feel discouraged because they are not getting the necessary support they need?
Okay, so that's people who are following the trend. I have a couple of people who ventured into writing, who ventured into inspirational works and motivational works because of how they were inspired by some of the works, initiatives, and projects that I have done. And the thing I would tell them is that there are always challenges. You will get people to criticize you, it's a challenge. You will get, people to undermine you, it's a challenge. But then when there are challenges, you shouldn't give up just because they are challenges. There is no success story which has no challenge involved. Every successful person we see today, every global leader we see today, every influential person we see today, they all went through challenges one way or the other. They overcame their challenges and they became the mighty people we see today. When you are able to overcome your challenges, that is what makes you a powerful person. So whatever challenges that inspire us around, writers around face, they should never give up. They should keep pushing forward.
Okay, Raphael, what would you also say to a young person as yourself, treading your path, trying to do something for his or her community, but they feel they are too young, they feel the support is not coming? What are you saying to them? What's your last words to them?
So I would say this, that just as it happened to me, there were times that I felt that I can't do it. And there was only one, just as I told you, there was one thing that really inspired me, and that was the why factor. So the moment I recognized that there is a reason I am doing this, I was forced to pursue the course to find out those reasons. So the more you tread that path, see that the answers will be coming out, and you really know that, oh, okay, this is why I had to do this thing. So the advice I'll give to those people that are not finding support and they think that they can't do it is that they should focus on the fruits that are going to come out when they tread that path. They shouldn't look at the support that is not coming. They should just focus on the strengths they have now. They should harness the capacity they have now in doing the little they can do. Maybe you want to be a president, but the little you can do now is to be an assemblyman. Be the assemblyman, harness all the capacity you have, and do something with it. The more you do it, people are going to recognize. I believe so much in this. The more you do the little you can do, people are going to recognize that. And as they recognize that, maybe they are not going to support you in cash, but their referrals and the testimonies and the comments they are going to give about you can even inspire others to push you. Just as it happened to me, I never knew that someone was going to recommend me to the Masterclass scholarship. I was just in the school. The person called me that there is a scholarship in KNST and he would want me to apply. He has a friend that is going to help me. Meanwhile, I have never spoken to this person, not knowing he was studying me from afar. Just because I decided to do the little I can do with the capacity I have. So if the support is not coming, the little capacity you have to use it. And if you use it, as time goes on, it will be becoming
The
bigger,
little
bigger,
capacity
and as people get,
you have to use it.
you'll be pushed.
Oh, complete your sentence.
Oh, the little capacity. I think you
Okay,
so I
thank
talk
you.
to. All right. So the little capacity you have to use it. And as people realize, or even if people do not realize, as time goes on, you yourself, you see that there are some breakthroughs that are coming, and you will see the vision will become clear to you, and you will know how to gravitate your way towards the success. So yes, put in the little capacity, and as opportunities come, utilize those opportunities. If people come to help you, accept those help. If they don't continue doing your best, and I believe that one day you are going to get to the notch of what you are doing.
All right, thank you. And Jennifer, what are your last words to the young people who are looking up to you, who are treading the same path as you?
Okay, sure, Charity. So, with the young people that are looking up to me, I would say to them that one thing with the journey of leadership is when you are beginning, you don't need a lot of people with you. Because bear in mind, the if you're looking forward to getting a lot of, it's like you're the only person with the vision, you're the only person with the fire, you are the only person who feels that vibrant energy to move. So sometimes it's all about starting alone. It's all about starting alone. You take some bold steps alone, even when you face opposition. There are times where I've been opposed by many, especially as a woman who wants to take the place of men and all those. And it's not been an easy one, but I've always believed that sometimes you have to start alone, and then as you are getting there, you will get the voice of the masses to be with you.
That's it. So first, I come back to you. So what has been your greatest
Okay,
motivation?
so
Yes, what keeps you going?
It's the results I see in what I'm doing. I've I've seen people laugh again. I've seen people smile again. I've seen people become hopeful again. And I've seen open up. And it's something amazing to see that what you're doing is creating a free atmosphere for everyone in your life. So, this is what keeps me going and haven't given up yet. You're muted up there. Appiah, you're muted.
Sorry. So what do you do, or how do you overcome the edge of giving up? Because it seems it's not easy. Handling a ministry in Austria and then in Ghana, you're forcing. Tell us how you do it.
Yeah. The edge of giving up, as I said, is normal. It's normal to feel that, that feeling, to have it, because sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you don't see what you expect. You give in your best, but you're still not seeing the fruit of it. But what I can say is that when the edge comes, like, don't beat yourself up. It's normal. But what is not normal is you giving in to that feeling, you giving up, So whenever it comes this way, I first of all go to God. Yeah, I talk to God about it and express my feelings to Him. And I realize that the moment I do this, He has His own way of restoring things to me back. Understand? But one thing that I've encouraged myself so far is this quote or statement that says, giving up is not an option. And sometimes too, we are likely to give up when we don't see people support our works, when we don't get the likes we normally should deserve and all that. In the beginning, it kind of discouraged me, or I feel like my work wasn't going far. But God being so good, He gave me this revelation that we have the Trinity, God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And so if I get 2 people with me, we are 5, and we are good to go. And the fact that people are not reaching to me doesn't mean that my work or what I'm doing is not blessing lives. There might be one soul I have touched, and that is enough. It's not about this getting the whole lives in that, but when you're able to touch a soul, that soul will be able to share, and gradually your works will be broadened, and it will bless life. So this is how I've kept myself going so far.
Wow, that's so. My little sister wants to come in the video too. I'm actually trying to keep her. Okay, so Jennifer, you said your hair is from Jendy's hair. How long have you been fixing your own wig caps, and then what other activity are you into?
Okay, so Charity, I think with genders have fixed it should be about not really a year now. I think what actually moved me to do this business was basically due to how some hairdressers and all really extorted from some of my friends and myself too. Like sometimes I've had friends who like after a very beautiful hair they come and they are like they used all their money, they're crying and all that. Although the hair is beautiful, like come on. So I think I was like, wow, then why don't I learn this myself? To do it for myself, to do it for those around me. So that's how I started with the Gendy's hair fix, and currently so I'm also into Gendy's appliances for all your electrical needs, for any kind of electric appliance. You can simply look no further, like we are just a DM or a call away. Yeah.
Okay, so Emma will take your last words to any other person out there who is looking at his or her age to do something. Any last words for the person? the person not to give up or anything. We just want to know.
Thank you, Aidoo. So I want to say to anyone, pursuing something like what I'm doing or wanting to go into ministry, I want you to believe in yourself. Be sure of what you are. Remember the reason why you started. I want you to know that the main goal is not to gain applause from men, but to gain applause from God. If it's pleasing God, then it's fine. You are going to encounter challenges, but let that not pull you down. Let that not stop you from, doing what you're supposed to do. I want to tell you that what you're doing is blessing lives. And there's this quote that says that be careful how you live your life, because you might be the only Bible some unbelievers can read from. That your post you're posting, the articles you're writing, the YouTube videos you're making, just give in your best, and gradually you'll be noticed, and your works will make great impact. But when you give up on your dreams, you have given up on so many people. And what I want to say is that so many people are depending on you. You are their source of hope. You are the source of the inspiration. So please don't give up. Be strong and know who you are and what you are for.